Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another glorious morning in the crap house with an S, scrap house. And it's December 21st, the coldest and shortest day of the year so far, at least up here in Oxford, North Carolina. So it got down to 25 degrees last night. I came out here this time to plumb the rain barrel water tower and get the manifold primed. So that is indeed our goal and objective. It was gorgeous last night. With the full moon overhead and the frost over all the things, and the ground just sparkles beneath your feet. It's really quite lovely. I just love it. And it was cold in the scrap house last night. We got 4 propane tanks full of propane yesterday at a local Rose oil store here in Oxford, North Carolina, and they filled my tanks up, so I've got some heating. But I must say, this is still a crap house, so there's still a lot of work to be done. I actually spent a good portion of yesterday just sealing up, buttoning up some of the spaces between the ceiling and the back windows. And so that actually insulates much nicer, but then there's still gaping holes in my side window, particularly that one. The one behind me is not so bad. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to think of solutions to close up that gap, because that's just letting all my warm air out. So once I get this thing buttoned up, I think it'll be a lot more comfortable, especially in the cold. And since we're just now coming into the winter months, my adventures out here are going to need some insulation and some heat. So a little camp heater is going downstairs, running off the propane tank. I did have a nice warm shower last night. This is the bottle that I've been feeding my shower from. I just pull a siphon on the bottle, and you know, it furnishes me with all the warm water that I need down below. I can actually take a shower with a little over a gallon of water. It all kind of depends on how I monitor my use of water. But anyway, the whole objective this week is to not have to worry about using a gallon of water for showering and for flushing the toilets and so on and so forth, is to plumb the rain barrel in here. So this is where it all begins. I'm going to, my camera is not focusing well. So I need to put some extra insulation on the, on this wall. And then, I'm going to put some pallet strips just like I have here, covering that surface, make it uniform, and come through this board right here. So I'll put a couple of holes in here and run the 1/2-inch vinyl pipe through there, and one will go towards the shower and one will hang right there for the time being, and that will plumb the biogas toilet. So that's today's activities, and I'll try and capture what I can. And it's not going to get above 40 degrees today, so it might be kind of slow going. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But it's another lovely day in Oxford, although it's gray today. Damn shame. Welcome back to the peace of nature. And so I'll get started. So this is my continued scrap. And these are some interesting foam panels that I got from I don't know, one of the construction yard dumpsters I ran around somewhere along the lines. Probably the house they were building next to me. So I'm going to wedge these up in here for extra insulation. I never did cover this up because this was the section where the shower was going to go. And of course, that's not all entirely finished yet. But it is sure nice having a hot shower at night, even if the limited water supply. And then, of course, that over there in the corner is the propane-powered water heater that I'm going to mount up here on the wall. So once I get the insulation in place, I'll put all these pallet planks up and then close that wall, close this whole section, and make it look like a what do you call that stuff? Shiplap wall. So and then once that wall and the insulation is installed, I'll put some holes right there for the 1/2-inch vinyl tube, and just run the 1/2-inch vinyl tube into here. I'm going to need to put a T intersection on there, and I'm not exactly sure what I should use, although there's plenty of options. So the vinyl tube will run into that. I'll probably mount that I don't know, maybe on the ceiling or on the back wall, probably on the shiplap back wall. And I'll run it 2 ways. One will go to the left, which will feed the shower. Actually, well, it'll go into the hot water heater, which I'll mount here on the shiplap wall. And then one tube will run directly down into the feed for the BioGas toilet, which is just under the flushing lever right here. You notice that port sticking out on the bottom of this unit here. And so then the house will be plumbed. I'm going to use these planks here. I took them off originally to burn them, but they look nice. And they haven't been weathered all that much, so I got to remove some nails first. As is always the case with scrap wood, especially pallet wood. Always got to get rid of nails. They're a fucking pain in the ass, always. And I've never actually tried to film the removal of a nail before, but it's part of the process, so it must be done. I'm sure there are easier ways. So anyway. Where'd my line go? Damn it. Oh, there it is. As I explained before, I needed to put up and insulate this one wall, which I'll put up a picture of the way it looked before. So it is now insulated and it is shiplapped and it is ready to plumb the rain barrel into the wall. So I'm going to put a hole with use the hole driller for the drill right up around there. But before I do that, I've actually been doing some patchwork up on the down on the floor around the base of the shower stall. So what I found actually was that an enormous amount of cold air has been pouring in through the floor as I've been patching this up and getting it ready to extend the biogas tube, which I just finished doing before I picked up the camera. So I've got the biogas tube extension ready. I got to tighten up the one hose clamp over here, and then I can run the extension out underneath the floor and prepare this other end. I'll probably just leave it hanging for the time being until I build the small platform that I'll put the biogas toilet on right around here. And I've got the hole drilled in the patch floorboard, so that fits the hose perfectly, and hopefully we won't have any more protrusion of cold air into the lower realms of this house. And it actually feels like it's starting to warm up already anyway, but little buddy heaters. Incidentally, if you're not aware of how to heat off of propane, you can really maximize the life of your propane tank by putting a heater close to it, not immediately up on it, but you want to at least heat up one of these walls. And of course, the back wall is quite mild. I mean, it's not even really warm. But instead of the entire tank being freezing, which it is outside right now, this keeps the top of it, keeps the gas inside on the top warm and airy and spacious, and allows this tank to last a whole hell of a lot longer than if you are not externally heating the tank, which I noticed one night, the first night, that it was 28 degrees, and I ran this heater for most of the night, but it really ate up the propane tank big time. This thing was almost empty today, but I've been running it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours by heating it from the side. And that gives us a lot more bang for the buck. Just my 2 cents and observations. Anyway, so, and I got a whole bunch more propane back there. So plenty of heating gas. And unfortunately, it's raining, it's cold, it's dark outside, and I'm probably not going to get the rain barrel plumbed into the house today. I might. I don't know. It's 7 o'clock, so I might be calling it quits here pretty soon. But I'm so pleased at what I've done so far and where we are, and so I thought I'd film it. Enjoy the piece of a mouse. That little bastard. Yes, he's been a problem.